is Kevin Durant an idiot? And I want to be respectful to KD because I think he gets some fair criticism, but some of it's a little bit too much. And I'm not a Kevin Durant hater by any means. I like Kevin Durant to an extent. But if there's any truth to this, I just don't get it whatsoever. So this right here is either telling me Shams is just a sham because he was, making up stuff about Giannis and the trade situation when it seems like the whole time Giannis never was going to ask out, and he was acting like Giannis is really pondering it right now when there's no reason to believe after the fact that he really was ever pondering a trade other than just the team situation. But it doesn't seem like he actually ever wanted out. So Shams might just be on some bull jive, making up stuff or just taking stuff from sources that are not knowledgeable of the situation. But if I'm going to take it, which I still will for Shams, I'll take it at face value. And I've got to question what Kevin Durant's looking for here. Because reportedly, he's interested in the Heat, the Spurs, and the Rockets. And to me, the one team, there's maybe two teams that are like a Kevin Durant away. It's the teams that made the conference finals. It's like the Knicks and the Timberwolves. And then you could throw in maybe whoever loses the finals, obviously. Kevin Durant being over there could put him over the top. You could bring up, maybe like a team like the Cavaliers potentially if they wanted to get cheaper and go get Kevin Durant and trade for Jared Allen, just have 1 year of Kevin Durant so in the future they won't have to play as much. I don't know. There's other scenarios you can make up, but the teams that he's interested in, to me, are not as good as the Timberwolves. Maybe he just hates the cold, and that's what it is. That's why he wants to go play in Miami. But for me, that's a team that makes the most sense. That was the one team that when, the Kevin Durant trade rumor started, going into the offseason, it felt like, okay, yeah, Kevin Durant could put them over the top. If you have, Mike Conley's not great for your still starting point guard. You want to get something different there, probably. But if you have Ant-Man, McDaniels, KD, and Gobert at the 5, that 100% could go get you the West, especially with, I guess maybe they would lose their bench with guys like Terrence Shannon, but in that trade. But if you could keep that together, maybe you wouldn't be able to. Maybe you would have to trade somebody that isn't Julius Randle. But if you could, that Timberwolves team, it feels like Anthony Edwards is creeping closer towards his prime, back-to-back years in the conference finals. It feels like they're just one piece away from getting over the top. And so I would think that would be the perfect scenario for Kevin Durant to step into personally. I think that would be a great situation. And as for the other situations, Miami? Like, are you just looking to chill on the beach and get buckets? Like, even if they somehow hold on to Hero and Bam and were able to trade for you, like, that's still, maybe with Spoelstra, they did get to the finals with Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler. It's technically, it's possible, but it feels like there's not even a lot on that roster in terms of, like, really nice role players that you love, like Haywood Highsmith. Like, right now, that Heat team, that Heat organization just seems in a bit of turbulence at the moment to where I don't see them being very close. The Spurs, if they got Kevin Durant, would get close, but they didn't even make the playoffs last year. It feels like you don't go from missing the playoffs to winning a championship. They'd maybe be able to do it in like 2 years, and maybe he sees himself as, having a few-year window. But you have 1 year left on your deal. I think you should be looking to go to a team that could go win it next year. And as much as Fox and Wemby, maybe you'd have a chance, I don't see you getting over the top next year, even if you win a lot of games. And then the Rockets, again, I still feel like they're 2 years away. I think that they're going to be a different-looking team next year with guys in free agency and having to give up a haul for Kevin Durant to where I think that they would be really good if they had Kevin Durant, but I don't see them winning a championship, going from first-round exits to champions with Kevin Durant. I just don't see that. And so for me, if I'm Kevin Durant, I want to go to Minnesota. I would want to go to the Knicks. I'd want to go to OKC or Indiana if they lose. Like, on a 1 year deal, let me go somewhere where next year I could win a championship. You'll have a shot, potentially a little bit on those three teams. Miami is in the Eastern Conference with the Celtics having Tatum out and the Bucks being where the Bucks are at. You would have a chance at all those teams, but to me, the best chance would be in Minnesota. And even if you hate the cold, okay, you're on a 1 year deal. Go get traded in Minnesota, try and win a championship there, and then you've already bounced around a bunch. Just go leave a free agency to Miami to finish your career out there if that's what you want to do. That's what I would be telling Kevin Durant if I was agent his agent looking out for his best interest, but at the end of the day, he's going to want to do what he wants to do, and his legacy might just always be as an elite scorer, elite player that may be left a little bit hanging in terms of winning impact with how talented of a player he was and how prolific of a player that he was. But let me know what you all think. Drop a comment, hit that like, and subscribe, please.